Emergency Management Agency. Which would you like to do first?
Yeah, let's go to the proclamation first, talk about that. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to evolve into anything, but go ahead.
Requested a proclamation be put into, a disaster emergency proclamation be put into effect for the snowstorm to authorize any needed funding or allow us to bypass the procurement process to mitigate anything that came up with the storm. Fortunately, the storm was not as bad as what was originally forecasted, so I don't think there's going to be any need to actually execute any of the powers that were in there, but we needed formally adopted so that we can be eligible for any funding that comes down if the state does meet the threshold.
You heard anything at all about that? Or?
In order for us to meet the threshold, we'd have to be over the dollar amount per capita, which we're not going to be anywhere close, I think. Also, for snowstorms, it would have to be a record snowfall if it doesn't meet the dollar amount, and it was not. So.
Well, I'll make a motion to formally adopt the proclamation that we approved via email during the storm.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Not all in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So moved.
You want to go to? Let's do the
Okay.
grant.
We've been awarded a grant to move forward with updating our hazard mitigation plan. 50, I don't remember the number off the top of my head, $56,300 to have a consultant come in and update our hazard mitigation plan.
And this was presented as an application earlier, months ago.
Now it's
I
been,
believe it was actually this time last year.
been
Was it
awarded.
that long ago? Now it's been awarded, so accept the award, yep.
I'll make a motion to accept the proclamation, to accept the check of $56,300.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions?
That's FEMA. Is that a FEMA grant?
Yes. Mhm.
Thank you.
All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Last thing I have is I'd like to request a resolution allowing us to procure equipment through the NJPA cooperative purchasing contracts. By definition, it meets the requirements for Pennsylvania procurement code.
You provided a letter of recommendation from MCM Consulting to go this route. This is for the administrative phone system.
Correct, and there are several other vendors that we deal with regularly on the list of available contracts, so it'd be good to have additional procurement options for us.
Budgeted,
Yes.
right? The
Yes.
cost.
Budgeted 911, $35,000 from general, the rest is at Fund 17.
Okay. Reviewed by council.
Yes, I was able to catch Dave Warner this morning and gave him everything here, and he saw the opinion from Ballard Explorer that Bucks County had gotten about this purchasing cooperative, and as Mike McGrady indicated, there are a number of other counties in Pennsylvania that have utilized this same cooperative, so we just have to be able to get a purchase number or a member number, I guess, from them via resolution. So.
Lehigh, Lycoming, and Luzerne, or several that I got that are actually currently members and utilize this cooperative purchasing.
Make a motion that we join the purchasing cooperative presented by MCM Consulting and EMA.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other questions? If not, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So moved.
To the hazard mitigation. Have you hired a consultant to do that? Yeah.
MCM Consulting.
Yeah, I thought so.
That was based on their estimate. It was the grant. Yeah. Okay. Bob, you did a number of transports, I guess. Just a couple of things you did during the storm.
During the storm, we were monitoring closely. We did not actually activate our emergency operations center. The need to support our municipalities never came up, which is a good thing. And we did have some staff in office just watching the situation, making sure that it never got to the point where we needed to support our local responders. We also supported the county departments getting people back and forth. We provided 20 transports of essential personnel to the correctional facility and to our Nova Center. throughout the storm.
Excellent. Okay. Gordon?
Going back to this purchasing consortium, whatever you're getting involved in here, you want to use it specifically for a new administrative phone system?
Yes.
What kind of costs are we talking about for that, and what is the matter with the old one?
The old one is, it's 30 some odd years old, and it cannot be interfaced with our new 911 system, and it's no longer, we can't buy parts for it anymore. It regularly fails. That when our voicemail is not working, that's because something else failed in the phone system. It's due for replacement. It makes sense to do it at the same time we do the 911 phone switch, because the two systems integrate together. The administrative phone system is the failover for the 911 phone system. This is a Mitel system. There are other systems available. We reviewed several systems, and this one just makes the most sense. What's it? $47,000 is the total cost for the system, including the actual handsets and installation.
So not only replacing what has been an old and now defective system, it sort of pushes you as a next generation type thing.
Yes. Many enhancements from what we have right now. What we have right now is a basic PBX. With this newer system, we're going to be able to route administrative calls intelligently throughout the system. We're going to be able to send things right to the 911 center switch and back if we need to, versus as it sits right now, the dispatcher potentially has to have two phones up to their ear when somebody calls the admin side. It pulls everything together as it should.
Okay. Just one last question. The website, is the weather station up running again?
It's up and down repeatedly. We're looking at a new solution, and we're going to redesign our website. That'll come up probably over the summertime, and we're going to try and get that resolved.
Okay, thank you.
Did those local weather guys help you out at all then?
Yeah, we receive all the information from storm spotters and local weather stations. All gets funneled into some of the systems that we use, and it helps get a good picture of what's going on.
How helpful is like Lebanon County weather to you guys?
We use a service that collects data from several different weather stations and all the storm spotters and National Weather Service, and pulls it all into one map for us. So any information that gets published is helpful. At this point, it helps give us good situational awareness throughout the entire county.
I know that Lebanon County weather is staggeringly popular among the local Facebook.
Yeah, and I don't want to speak to. I don't know where they're getting their information from or what models they're using. I know a lot of people rely on their forecasts, and so far they're generally fairly accurate.